Namaskar students. So we are here to start with our new chapter, that is transportation of materials in plants and animals. In today's video we are going to discuss about transportation in plants. Yes, transportation. Transportation is the movement of the food and water within the plant's body. Because the plant is producing the food in the leaves, but this food now it has to be transported to the other parts of the plant, and the water and minerals which are absorbed by the roots, they need to be transported to the entire plant. So how does this transportation occurs in the plants? So let's have a look at this slide. Here we can see the water is being absorbed by the roots and being transported to the other parts of the plant. This transportation occurs through tissues called as vascular tissue. Now, what is vascular tissue? It is the transport system of the plant. It consists of two things, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem cells, they join up together to form thin tube-like structures which act as a pipeline in the plant. So whatever water and minerals they are absorbed by the roots, with the help of root hair, it is then transported to the entire plant. Root hairs. What are root hairs? They are the outgrowths in the roots which help in increasing the surface area for absorption. Along with water, minerals are also absorbed by the plant. Now when it is being absorbed and transported, xylem vessels, they are playing the important role in their transportation. Now, as we have learnt in our previous chapter also, that leaf is the portion, or leaf is the food factory of the plant. It is that part of the plant which is synthesizing the food for the plant. But now this food which has been produced by the leaves, it needs to be transported to the other parts of the plant. This process is done with a separate pipeline system, you can say, that is phloem vessel. Phloem vessels or phloem tubes, they are responsible for the transport of the food, and this movement of the food from the leaves to the other parts of the plant, it is called as translocation. Here in this picture, it's clearly showing how the xylem vessels, they help in carrying the water and the dissolved minerals from the roots to other parts, and the phloem tissues, they bring the food made by the leaf and transport it to the other parts of the plant. Now, how this exchange of water or absorption of water and minerals occurs? It occurs with two important processes, that is diffusion and osmosis. Now first let's understand what do we understand by the term diffusion. Diffusion is when the solute molecules, they move from higher to lower concentration. That is called as diffusion. So here we can understand it simply by, let's say, if I have sprayed a perfume in one corner of the room, but after a few minutes I am able to smell that perfume in every corner of the room, because that perfume molecules, it diffused out completely in the air in the room, and the whole room is having a nice fragrance of the perfume now. That is diffusion. Movement of the molecules from the place where I sprayed the perfume to the other areas as well where I didn't spray the perfume. Next is osmosis. Osmosis is a process where the solvent molecules move from low to higher concentration of the solute. Osmosis always requires a presence of semi-permeable membrane. What is a semi-permeable membrane? Which selectively allows the molecules to pass through it. So as it's visible in the slide, in the first part of the osmosis, they have placed a semi-permeable membrane, and from there the solvent molecules are traveling to the place where we have a higher solute concentration. Now this process occurs when the plants are absorbing the water and minerals from the soil through their root hairs. This absorption occurs with the help of osmosis. This slide is showing you the structure, how the xylem and phloem vessel look like. Xylem is only a one-way transport because the water and the minerals, they are being transported only in one direction, that is from the root to the top part of the plant. But in case of phloem, it could be two-way flow, because wherever the food is being processed in the plant, the food will be transported. It's in some plants the food is even stored in the root part, so from there also the food could be transported in an upward direction, and the food could be transported towards the downward direction as well. Now here is a term, ascent of sap. When the plant is transporting the nutrients along with the water, the minerals, these nutrients, they are being transported. This transportation which is occurring in the upward direction, this is called as ascent of sap. Ascent of sap is movement of the water along with the absorbed minerals from the root to the other parts of the plant. Now this ascent of sap is helping the plant with the help of transpiration. What is transpiration? Transpiration is the process by which the plants, they lose the excess water in the form of water vapor through the tiny pores present on the leaves, which are called as stomata. Now, how is transpiration helpful to the plants? Transpiration is also called as a necessary evil because it is leading to the loss of water, but it is creating a suction pull in the plant. It helps in creating that ascent of sap. It creates an upward pull in the same way like when we suck a juice with the help of straw. Similarly, when the plants, they are losing the water vapor through the stomata, a suction pressure is created and more amount of water could be absorbed by the roots of the plant. Transpiration also helps in cooling down the plant. So this is how transpiration plays a very important role in the plants. So in this video, we have learned about the transportation system of plants. Transportation in plants occurs through vascular tissues, which consist of xylem and phloem. In xylem, we have only one directional flow of water along with minerals from the roots to the other parts of the plant. Phloem tubes, they are responsible for the transport of the food from leaves and other parts to the remaining parts of the plant. It could be in both the directions. It is not unidirectional. Transportation of food in the plant is called as translocation. Then we have learned about the difference between the two terms diffusion and osmosis. Then we understood the role of transpiration in the plants, how transpiration helps in creating the suction pull which helps in absorption of water and minerals by the plant and also helps in cooling down the plant. Thank you.